All right, this is the next episode of True Wrestling Fan Discussions, continuing our Monday Night Wars review series. This is going to be Monday Night Raw from March 4th, 1996. Unfortunately, there's only Raw tonight. I'm your host, Mike.
I'm Frank, and we can get through this without little as much pain as possible. Like you said, there was no Monday Nitro. They'll be back the following
Yeah.
week, so let Monday Night Raw at least get its chance to capitalize on this night, and go out with a bang, get your storylines going, get towards WrestleMania, which to some aspects they did. So it would have been interesting to see if Nitro was on this night. Could Nitro have beaten this? Because for whatever reason, they actually did a pretty good job on this evening. So let's go ahead and kick it off. The opening match of the night was Shawn Michaels versus the 1-2-3 Kid. Both WrestleMania main event wrestlers would be in action on this night. It's funny because when Shawn is trying to get into the ring, Kid tries to sneak attack him, and Shawn's not having it. Just
He
get
just
go
flings him
back
right
again.
out. I felt bad for the 1-2-3 kid. I mean, he's a heel now, which he was a terrible heel. He was good as X-Pac. He was good as Six in the NWO, but as far as a heel at 1-2-3 kid version, it didn't work.
No, and they didn't even give him
Right?
the chance to like. We didn't see him come
No.
down to the ring with DiBiase. I
Yeah.
didn't even know DiBiase was there until DiBiase got involved in
Right.
the match.
But he could wrestle though. He could wrestle.
Yes, and of course during the match, Bret Hart's watching the match on the monitor in the
Mhm.
back, and Bret and Vince is talking to him. Bret said that Shawn can't do enough damage like I can. Getting a little cocky. It's fine. It's you're going heading to
He's
WrestleMania. You
like,
got
he's
to
like,
talk.
there's things that he's not gonna be able to do with me, and he's like, Vince was like, oh, he'll try them. He's like, nah, he's not gonna try something like that with you, and he's like, no, he will.
Uh-huh.
It was good. It was good stuff. I thought I liked it.
Yeah, and then of course later on, Sean's going to one up this, and we'll get to that later. Like I said, the ref was distracted, so DiBiase took it upon himself to attack Shawn Michaels on the outside. Um, Michaels whipped Kid into the ropes, tried to do the super kick, but Kid fled to the outside. Eventually, he gets the advantage again, but this time Kid misses the leg drop off the top rope. Shawn hits a sweet chin music against the pin. And then, of course, after the match, a fan came into the ring to dance with Shawn Michaels, so I thought that was pretty
Yes,
cool.
a little weird to me, but
What, the little girl?
yeah,
That's all right. He's gaining popularity with the fans as they get closer to WrestleMania. So following that, Goldust did his version of Piper's Pit,
yeah,
which I thought was a little disturbing.
yeah. It was a little bit over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was for the feud. It worked for the feud what they were going with, and
And we will
um,
hear from Piper later on in regards to this. Um, Following that, Vince was talking about the Warriors' legacy, and
yeah.
then it was announced
Did you?
finally.
I don't
Go
know if
ahead.
you caught what Vince said. He did talk about the Warriors' legacy, and he said, "Oh, he defeated the self-proclaimed immortal Hulk Hogan." So now he's bashing Hogan like Hogan's a self-proclaimed. Like, come on, man.
Then he talked about how the following year he beat the Macho Man Randy
Yeah,
Savage,
he's got to
which
he's got to do that because they left. So
hey, he won the matches.
yeah, that's true.
And then he's like, then he disappeared. Oh, you're not going to show him coming out and saving Hogan's ass at WrestleMania 8? No, I wouldn't do that either. But finally, after all these weeks, it was announced that Warrior will return at
Mm-hmm.
WrestleMania. Finally. So our next match on the card for this evening was Hakushi versus Justin Hawk Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Right.
Uncle Zebekiah.
Yep, or Dunge
Mm-hmm.
Mantel, or whatever you want to call him. Now, during the match, which was more interesting than the actual match, Vince spoke to Piper on the phone. And Vince asked Piper who will face Warrior at WrestleMania, and Piper said that next week on Raw, he would be there to announce it. I'm sorry, Triple H. And then he asked Piper about Goldust's Piper Pit, and he said
Oh
next
yeah,
week
yeah.
that he would give Goldust a piece of his mind.
He's like, yeah,
Here we go.
I know the mind games. You got to remember, I dealt with Adrian Adonis.
Yes, he mentioned Adonis.
Good
Yes.
reference. Good reference.
Mm-hmm. Good feud between those two.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be interesting as we get into Monday Night Raw next week. Oh yeah, by the way, Bradshaw with a big boot followed by his huge
Mm-hmm.
clothesline.
Yeah.
He gets the pin on Hakushi, like we didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
And then, of course, afterwards, Bradshaw hog-tied him and branded Hakushi. Hakushi, man, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
You were just not given your chance in WWE.
Nope.
Your highlight was Bret Hart,
For the Bret Hart feud, yeah.
and that's where it
It
ended,
was just all
unfortunately.
downhill.
Yes. He's a really good wrestler. Just not given his chance. Following that, we got another Mankind vignette, which they've all been great leading up to this. Once WrestleMania is over the night after, we will get to see Mankind. Now, the main event of the evening was a pretty good match. It was Bret Hart versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is where I said that Shawn Michaels won up Bret Hart. Instead of being on the monitor and talking to Vince, Shawn comes down to the ring with a chair and sits in the corner. And Bret comes outside and addresses it and goes, "Why can't you watch it on the monitor?" And I'm like, he's right. But
it's a bit distracting, but I get it.
This is Shawn Michaels getting to his head.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm here to watch you. Yeah. I'm here to study you.
That was good. It was good stuff.
He was cheering him on like he was a cheerleader. There was a couple of times where you thought it was going to happen. Shawn actually helped Bret out when Hunter was going to attack him from behind. Shawn told him get out of the way, so he helped him there. Now Helmsley tried to go off the second turnbuckle during this match, and of course Bret caught him, grabbing his foot, puts the sharpshooter on, and beats Hunter Hearst Helmsley in the middle of the ring. But the whole time, Shawn was heading back to after the match, and he applauded Bret's victory. So the mind games are kind of ensuing here. Mm-hmm. But Shawn is still saying, I respect you and everything. Yeah. But I just thought it was funny that, Bret watches from the back and talks about you came out to try to get into his head, maybe cost him the match. Because Bret was more focused on him than he was.
Right, exactly. I mean, either way, Shawn was going to get a title shot. Didn't matter whether
if Bret loses or not. It's a non-title match. If it was for the title, then hell, yeah. Shit, if I'm Shawn, I probably got a better chance against this mud. I'll make sure you lose. And then we close out the night with Billionaires Ted's segment of TEEVEE trivia as he goes up against Candy. Oh boy! They showed Huckster being handcuffed to the turnbuckle. Yeah. Guys,
what happened?
Get a little help here. And then Nacho, got hit with a shoe during this. Candy beats him because, who said this and who said that? And he's giving all these names. She goes, "That's not right, Billionaire Ted." "Correct, Candy." It was another, cheesy segment.
Yeah, it was a little silly, but it was okay.
I just love how they showed Huckster handcuffed to the turnbuckle. I thought that was cool.
They must have put that thing pretty together pretty quickly because
this was also taped in Cincinnati again. Yeah.
So.
They wouldn't move on cities until the following week when they'll be in San Antonio. So, but this Monday Night Raw, I mean, they got a 3.6. It's not saying much considering you don't know what it would have been if Nitro was on the air.
Right, but
I think Raw itself was pretty good considering you had Bret and Shawn in matches, both trying to get in each other's heads.
Good matches too.
Trash, yeah.
Both matches were good.
With the exception of the middle one, but we got Piper on the phone, which distracted us from that. So we won't go back to who wins and who loses until the following week, which right now, on the actual rating scale, Nitro is winning 13, Raw 9, and 2 ties or no decisions.
Well, yeah, because there was no other show. Yeah.
Or they were just actually tied. Yeah. I don't remember how that went, but I know there was 2 draws. Or 2 no decisions. You are at Nitro 17, Raw 6. I am at Nitro 16, Raw 7.
Yeah.
So this is like the presidential race. The first one to get to 145 wins because there were 288 episodes that they went head to head. In my opinion, first one to 145 wins this.
Yeah, but unfortunately, towards the end of WCW, it's just pure garbage. And
no, but if you think about it, I've looked at some of those ratings from 99.
No, but I'm not talking about 99. I'm talking about
2000 was awful. But I mean, even in 99, you talk about
it was still a
6.4 to a 5.3.
Right,
so it was still pulling them in.
But towards the end of 99, it's just
1 in 2000 was 7.1 to 2.9 or something like that. It was over.
It's still gonna be fun.
Yes, it is because the best is yet to come. Even 296. And we're getting there, everybody.
All right, well, that's our view. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys soon.
Take care.